Oh, got it. There we go. Brilliant. My Stream Deck doesn't work because I think of the update, there's been an OBS update. And I suspect it's broken all the plugins. That's not running either, so I can't check the game sound because that's not on. Cool, looks like we've got sounds. We also appear to have visuals. And we have bit rates. Excellent. All of the good things. Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we're going to be playing some more space exploration. I've been quite busy in the game. I not wanting to turn all of these streams into some weird pseudo rant about my my work, but I made basically this week I kind of played Factorio rather than working because for reasons essentially. But what that means is that we have done some stuff. In particular, I pressed the wrong button, didn't I? I meant to press N. In particular, I have been to Nauvis orbit and done some stuff. So we have, and this is super spaghetti, super crude. You know, me just experimenting more than anything else. But we have essentially some space science going on. We are just about to run out, I do believe, of regular science packs in here. So, how many have we got left? We've got a couple of hundred there, a couple of hundred. It's more than I thought, actually, then. So, 140, 200. So, about 300 left. This is about halfway in, and is going to cost another 50 or so. So we might have 250 left. These are what you get when you go to the space. There is just these science packs sat in chests on the space platform. So I've not actually brought any science packs up, which is kind of what we need to work on. Now, the question is what we then do. I'm intrigued by this building, this industrial furnace. That's what it kind of gives you and what it does different. What we're actually working on is the space platform so that I can extend this space because we literally have, again, it gives you a few, but as you can see, I've just plopped them on the end there. So we need a bit of space to work with. There's not enough space in space. Now, whether that then means I build, science packs on the space platform, because I have set up a very shonky. Where am I? Here we go. A very shonky, like shooty bangs area, basically. So this is all the launchpad things, and I've just done it very crude and very botched together belts. We are so low on oil that's what's causing everything basically to grind to a halt. So we have no heat shields because we have no sulfur. We have no sulfur because we have no oil, basically. We're kind of at the stage that I kind of knew we were going to get to, but that this needs all reworking, basically, because one of the options is to send the science packs into space, as noted, but all of our science pack production is all sort of blended into this, red, green, military blue there, and our launch pad, cargo rocket thing, is all the way down here. And we don't have requester robots, or requester chests, essentially. You don't get that until quite a few researchers in, actually. I was a bit surprised / disappointed. What could I search on that gives me? I can never remember what it calls it. It's not just logistics. What is it? I can't remember what it actually calls it. It gives it a bit of a daft name. Logistics system. Oh, why didn't logistics? No, I don't know. But yes, so the actual providers, we need this utility science pack. So it's actually quite a way down. I mean, it's not enormously far, but it does require cryonite processing, and I believe that's a whole thing, thermal fluids. And as you see here, this thing is required. And requires, thermal fluids, as I say, which is the whole thing, cryonite processing. So we'd have to go to another planet because we definitely do not have cryonite anywhere on on our, home planet. So it feels like that's a big step up, basically. That's a big step over to doing something a bit different. What I could do, which I haven't done, is just see if there are... I wonder if it might be better doing it via the map. Oh, no, it's not wrong. So, you'll see these are closer, which does have an impact on the amount of fuel that you use. So you've got an inchy hand. So what is this? So that has got cryonite on it. It also doesn't have any biters, which is interesting. And it has lots of copper, lots of crude oil. So this might be the place to go, really. Almost no coal, though. So we'd have to kind of turn up with a load of solar panels. Oh! Hello, Composite Ferment 7? Hello, sorry for bothering. I want to offer a promotion of it. Oh, here we go. No, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that or anything like that. How do I... always forget how to do this. There we go. Lock, there we go. And... how do I do that then? And bam, there we go. Go. Well, there we go. And all those spam bots. Right, so, yes, it looks like this might be the place to go then, if it's got loads of cryonite and no biters, so that would make things interesting. Easier. Interesting. And it's the one that I've kind of revealed most of it of, so we know exactly what's there. In fact, can't I do a thing where I just reveal all the surface? No, not ran orbit. Ran. No? No. Ran. There we go. Scan surface. So I believe that does the whole thing. But it might have been easier just to do it myself. I don't know why that. Scanning it doesn't seem to be any quicker than me just going and doing it. So yes, this is, I think, probably where we need to go. What I'm actually tempted to do, to be honest with you, in this stream, is to look more at the core. Oh, there we go. So has it done it? Surface scan for RAN. Okay. So what exactly did that do? Yeah, anyway. We've got quite a lot of oil, haven't we? But yes, I did a little bit of fiddling about with the core mining. And it turns out that might be the way to go, because I've been struggling for resources, if the truth be told. Yeah. Well, that might move me over. So yes, we've done that science. So I'm very tempted by this one. Because, I mean, we've got to do it anyway, because we've got to do the cryonite processing. So, if I want to get bots, which I really want to get bots. So we'll pop that on. And then I guess if we put that on as well, but I suspect we will not be able to complete that. Because what I could also do, what would be massively useful, will be this, but it's 2,000. Because it's only space, it's not almost only regular space science, but it's 2,000. What I did want to look at as well, which I can't check from here, can I? Where is... there it is. You see it's heat shielding and we've not got oil. I need to send heat shielding up. That's one of the ones I'm not firing up in a cannon. And I do have a spare slot for it. But we are producing so little. With the oil problems. That it's kind of not worth it. So I thought there was a thing for just revealing all the surface, but don't matter. Let's just see what's going on. But yeah, so, you know, I'm thinking maybe... Oh, what's that? Is that the iridite? Okay. Maybe we spend today doing core mining, because the difficulty with that is I don't really have the space. I think what I might do is kind of botch something together for the science packs, basically. And we'll sort of set up a cargo rocket that we can fill with science packs. But I might not actually do it. I might kind of do it by hand or a bit manually. So if I sort of... So I'm sure there's a much better way of doing this. There we go. So there's lots of core mining on this as well. I think if I can get to grips with that, that might be the way to go, really. Offline. Wait, what's going on? I am live. I am having so many troubles with this. What is going on? It was showing it as completely like blank screen. I don't know. But yeah, so we got all this cryonite, you see. Or some cryonite, anyway. It's not actually a lot, is it? But there was a bit there as well. Yeah, so I think RAN might be our target system. And it's quite close, so it's not going to be, you know, ridiculous fuel requirements. Where are we? There we go. So yes, what I'm thinking basically is botch together some... Because we kind of now can't do, I believe, like normal science. Oh, I can actually. Huh. I thought I'd done all the normal science, but clearly not. And in fact, there's a couple there on there as well. A discharge defence, though, who cares? Huh, I thought I'd done all of them. In that case, maybe if we bin those off, we get them on. Like that. And then we kind of restart that one. And what did I have? That one. Okay. So, as I say, turns out we can do normal science. Because what I was going to do is bin off my science production, basically. My science labs. And kind of just stick it into some chests. And maybe belt it round. I mean, it's quite a distance to go, you see. Yeah, this was the core mining thing I set up. It's a bit... In fact, why have I still got that? It's a bit jiggery, you know, and it keeps getting stuck. Basically, this is the sort of difficulty I've got to manage with it. But I believe there are... You see, you can landfill stuff, and that's what I should be doing with the excess, so that it doesn't back up. But you can't landfill coal. Interestingly. Anyway, yes, so what I was thinking is we maybe take these science packs and kind of just stick them in a chest so it just keeps producing them. And then we kind of move them into the... the thing here. It's a very long way to send a boat, you see. Yeah, how about we... do they have any warehouses left? I don't think I got any in the end. Because I can always ferry them down by hand, just, you know, what I can make in the time. But yeah, so I don't know, it's sort of... because what I really need to do the core mining is probably expand, basically, is what I'm thinking. You know, we seal off some of the nicer choke points, and that's quite a big choke point, you see. Maybe there rather than there. And then that'll give me some more space to play with the core mining. I could do it here, couldn't I? I mean, this right, you see, I've almost, you know, eaten through that entire patch, for example. And oil is really, really struggling. So, I should focus on priorities, shouldn't I, really? And get some more oil in. That should probably be the main priority right now. So I wonder about swapping them out for speed modules as well. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's set up some warehouses, just so that they keep chugging through on the science. Which of these warehouses? Let's grab 2 of them. Oh, that got me. Logistics thing on. Oops. So yeah, I'll extend these down. Put in the warehouses, which I'm betting are just dumped out. Don't need those crash ones. Where did they go? Got out. And then literally just... Need to be quicker, bots. I want to make some stack inserters, so we need a bit of everything. Red circuits, red circuits. So 2's enough, doesn't it? Oh, has it taken them away? Oh, these don't have what modules in. But yeah, first I need to sort of redo this base basically, which I always anticipated I would do. You know, it was never meant as a. It was very much a bootstrap. You know, get to space thing. I'm not sure if it's worth doing these actually. So that's not a problem. Or unanticipated. But I'm not sure it would make the most... I was trying to think what would be the most interesting to stream, basically, because me tediously deconstructing the base is probably not the most interesting of viewing. We do have sulfur here, though. I wonder if it's being... No, it's being supplied on the same thing, isn't it? Just wondering if I could take it down and add it to this, basically, because this is the sulfur I'm using. That would be quite some spaghetti adventure, that, I think. Let's give it a go. Because I could get rid of you, couldn't I? Because you're sort of sat there not really achieving very much. So if we then go kind of down this way, like so, maybe I... Oh, no, I can't. I'll do that there. Do it there, maybe. And I can... Oops. Oh, why have we got some belt on that? That's interesting. Yeah. Why did we... Oh, we ended up with that there because that's going to pollute it, isn't it? That's very annoying. Maybe we red belt. If it'll reach over. I don't think it will, but... So can we... How far can we get? No, not far enough. So... Let's underground that one. Will it be there? No, like that. That. Okay. Now we need to find... There we go. All these random bits of wire. Okay. And where are heat shields? There. I think the bots might have taken that sulfur away. I bet there's a load of sulfur, yeah, in chests here anyway. So if we turn that off for the minute, we could grab that as well. And just sort of hand feed it in for a bit. Cool. So that'll help out there. Is this out of science or something? Right. Let's see how many it's put in, basically. So a couple of 410 blue. Red science seems to be going a bit slow. Yeah, I mean, blue is underproduced anyway, so that's the other side of the problem. Let's let that. In fact, are there any other regular sciences? I mean, discharge defense. Who cares? Follow robot. Who cares? Flammables would be worth having at some point, but and then everything else needs space science proper, I think. Yes. Okay, that's where I thought we were when I was starting the stream. Right, so let's add in some more oil. We're going to need a lot more rail, I think. We don't really need so much belt. So make room for the rail. But yeah, so I started fiddling about with this core stuff, and as I say, well, like there, it's now gone because I don't know, a train has gone, or what have you, or we've just used more iron, or what have you. So I think core mining is probably what I need to really take advantage of, not least of all because we got lots and lots of the core. It's easier if I do that. Lots and lots of the core miners, core, whatever they're called. Seams, and a few not far from our edges. So I got loads of them. They're actually quite productive. I think it gives this one here, I've tapped, as mining speed of 100 a second. And as you can see, 6 of these doesn't even tickle, you know, the thing's just ploughing them out. So what I was thinking is basically I'd set up some trains, you know, because I need to say, part of redoing the base is essentially pulling up this old train network and replacing it with this newer sort of mainline system. And I'm thinking either extend it, you know, this way. Yeah. Because we could have this be the drop-off area for science, and it makes rockets and sends rockets up with science. And then I could find somewhere else to do a sort of a production hub. The other thing it might be useful to do is nuclear. I wonder if can I actually build? Oh, I can do them. Okay. Can I build? Can I build? Reactors I can. Can I also build turbines and that sort of thing? I can. Yeah. Might well be worth getting that going then. Because we do have that nice patch. I assume that mining uranium is the same. Sulfuric acid, okay. Not that we got much sulfuric acid, but yeah. So I think we might just chuck on. I'm being very all over the place today, which is just the nature of where I got to with this playthrough, really. Now, here we go. Let's pop in some nuclear reactor production just on the side here. I'm having to barrel a load of stuff. I don't think I've used barrels. Because, you know, we're barreling lube and water and sulfuric acid. And I don't think I've used barrels since, like, I don't know, ages. Because used to, before the fluid wagon, basically, you used to have to use barrels. What am I going to do? So if I give myself a little bit of space, and then maybe, so if we build, say, that there, and we want to make nuclear reactors, Billy Bob, and what else? What do you take that's common? Gears, because I need them. They both take pipe. Both take copper. Does this take steel? That takes steel. Okay. So we're starting to get some commonality there. But then we also need heat pipe, and I think that's just copper, isn't it? Basically, copper and steel. Yeah. Okay. So everything is very steel heavy. Actually, want to move that over really. And bosh. Okay. Righto. Gears and pipes. No. So maybe we put a copper and steel line here. Where is steel? There is steel. So if I do that, then grab some copper out there, and then perhaps wrong side, isn't it? So do that there maybe. Which would make the most sense, I guess, if we do. Oh. Do it the other way around. boxes. Boxes. Robobot. Just let it chug away on that. Can't remember the ratios. I've got blueprint. I obviously don't 100% know that the numbers are correct. 50, 80. I can't remember what they stack to then. I think that is 50, isn't it? I think these are 20. Don't know that. Okay. So you need steel. I think everybody needs steel and copper. And or copper, rather. So pipes on there. Gears and pipes there. Different things there. But that's also copper. Concrete blue circuits. You're totally fine now. So you would need gears and pipes. So if we get gears and pipes on that one, then it should feed both of those. We will also put the lights on. I think I must have something. So it appears very dark. Having just kind of looked at some of the streams, it appears very dark. So I think it's my monitor must be quite bright. Not that I've ever set the brightness on it. I don't even think I know how to. Right, so where's there's gears. Okay. Some idiot has put another line in the way. In which case, maybe if we do that. And literally take that off of there. That doesn't help me. Okay. That doesn't help me. But extend that. And that kind of does help me. So do that. Maybe. So, what was the other one? It was the pipes, which is right here. Do that. So it should give them all gears and pipes that need it, so we would need... Why is no copper coming? Oh, because I didn't reconnect that properly. That would explain it. Appears to be some pollution on there for some reason. Oh, well that would be why that's polluted. Because you're being a Dumbo, that's fine. Right, did I cap that? I did. Cool. I know, I mean those are super expensive nuclear reactors. Okay. So what do you need? You need the electric motory things, and then you need like concrete blue and what? Oh, copper, but you're just not loading it. Okay, so we need. Move that over. We need these delivered to there. Concrete and blue circuits. So concrete's right there. And blue circuits is all the way over there. Okay. So we ideally want something there. Let's move it again then. What the heck? Oh. What the heck happened there? Because that shouldn't be filled in like that. Okay. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to put blue circuits on one side, which we could do like that. If I pop that out there. Oops. And then we want remove that up one. Because then I can do that, that, and that, with that. And then that can bob under there. Give that. Okay. Didn't actually put the splitter on here, did I? Very good. Cool. Right. Because these are the key ones, though. The actual reactors. Okay. Now, did we run out? Or is it just slow? Did we run out? I mean, we have some there. But the actual space science is on the wrong one. Okay. I don't have any construction bots up here. I left them all. So, item ingredient shortage. What are you short of? I cannot tell. It's not the space belt. That's nice and full. This space belt is incredibly expensive to produce. It's like ridiculously so. So what's it missing then? Because it should have everything it needs. Item ingredient shortage. He's got the rock. Got cosmic water. Got belt. What else does that need? Oh, blue circuits. Alright, so you're not running. Item ingredient shortage. Green circuits. You're short of copper wire for some reason. Okay. Oh. There's no copper in there. Oh, is that because I'm basically stealing it all? No, there should be copper there. Oh, it's not... Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not got them. That's the problem. So how about do a little bit of a manual fix? So this is the heat shield issue, basically. mean, it's stupid. I mean, look at how many there are sat on the belts here. It's a stupid, stupid design. But, you know. It's one of my designs, so what do you expect? But yeah, it's obviously been lobbing the copper up on it, so it's run out, basically. Let's just forget about that for the minute. How many sightseers have we got here? Thousand military, 600, 1.7, 823. Okay. Cool. Now, I'm actually going to do the rail thing. Let's do the rail thing. What else would I need? I would need pump jacks, wouldn't I? Which one am I tapping? We should tap this one, really, I think. So how many has it got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's about 25 or so. Something like that. So let's put that on 30. Get them. I should probably boost the number of pipes I've got as well. See, this is the other issue, when, you know, because with so little oil, we can't even make rocket fuel. I'm curious as to what these actually do. So let's build one and see. So it's a big boy. Okay. So it can make iron, copper and steel. If we compare it to a regular furnace. But I guess it's just the module thing, is it? It's not some super special recipe it gives you or anything. No, it's just that you can put more modules in it. Okay. Which is good, obviously. That's kind of what we want, but not right now necessarily. Let's find our tank. The bit I was a bit surprised about is that you can only shoot certain things into space. And the list feels very game balance based or game design based rather than logic based. So some of the things you can shoot in space don't really make sense when you're not allowed to shoot other things into space. So in particular, you can't shoot circuits, which is a small, you know, I think green circuits, you know, you'd almost expect to be able to, but you can shoot stone bricks into space using the cannon. But I say not any of the circuits, and it's to get you to make certain things in certain places, if you see what I mean. And that's clearly purely the reason. There's not any logical sense as to why you couldn't shoot. I suppose you could argue that a blue circuit is more like a computer than a circuit board. But why can you shoot, say, sort of circuit boards into space, but not other things? So what I'm thinking here is a very crude sort of additional line, basically. So we just literally go boop, 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 and then just have it go off up there. And we'll basically give it a third place to go to. I suspect I got rid of the old rail. It didn't really matter. Very much a temporary thing. Oh, it's not in radar range, is it? Okay. Let us simply grab kinda that whole thing. I'll say what I could also do, I could see if speeds will help. Because I don't believe I can do any sort of beacons until... Oh, I can't replace it with that. Until much later as well. Bush. Let's swap out. Didn't actually grab more modules, did I? Oh. Cool. Yeah, let's head over here. See if we can't find a nice place to pop this station down. And then connect up the rail bits. So, I don't know. We're going here maybe? But yeah, the core seam stuff, it produces crude oil as well. It didn't seem to be quite as good as the whatchamacallit, iron and, you know, the sort of solid resources, but it's not bad. Let's have a look. Didn't seem like enough. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. No, I guess my counting was just terrible. Right. Let's hook everything in. Yeah. Should have taken the trees out, shouldn't I? Oh well, live and learn. hate doing oil fields. I suppose tedious and boring part of the game for me. Let's see, maybe if I do that instead, connect that to there as well, maybe. New 2. And then can we... Oh, it's just also annoying. Maybe do them on the other side. Like that maybe. How are we doing? We've got this one here. Thinking that, because there's not really much point having this pipe here. Pop that on there. Okay. Something like that, maybe? So let's put a couple of subbies around. Like that. Now, I can just hook it up here. They're all powered. Are they all nodding? All nodding. Let's put the prods in here. Kind of got from the other thing. Cool. I need to rename this. Can I just connect that over? Not far off. Okay, how about we get the bots to do that? So, since we've got power here. What we could then do is tweak the scheme here so there would be pick up 3, which you can't obviously reach yet, but then to drop off. And we want this one to now be a full one, and that one to be empty. But this one, we want to add on the Fluid greater than 2,500. We've got the other one. Now we just have to make sure we get the rail line built, lickety split. Hurry up, lads. There's a train coming. So we don't really need this power pole, do we? Or this one. Okay. Where are you going? You're going to where we need you to go. Excellent. So it should blast some fuel in there. Off it pops. Excellent. 2.5. So this is, you know, filling up a bit more speedily. We only have 14 speed modules. How many would we need? We would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. We would need 22. Can I make the deficit? No. Because apparently you need solid fuel. Because of course you do. So let's pop back to the main base. We'll take this back down to 200. I mean, the other thing I did, so I did play quite a lot of this, and I should have been working, basically. And I built the red circuits build, so we have a train here delivering loads of red circuits. Do I really want to park here? Yeah, oodles of red circuits. Which is good. But basically no heat shields. Right. We'll top up with... Oh, we got the speeds. Okay, we might as well. In fact, I need to take those back down again, don't I? Oops, no. Not that. Yeah, we will pop down to the original oil facility, because it's literally just down here. And do the swapsy thing. Why aren't you... oh, you're full. Okay. Cool. So we can get it blasting back and forth, basically, and it can fill up and empty every time. Because the advantage of adding more stops, as well as just the sheer extra volume of oil, is it gives them the chance to fill up, basically. So we've now got, you know, train load. There you go. So it's already been and gone. So it should sort of catch up. Oops. What we might be able to do is add a bit more buffering on this end, because it will eat through the oil very quickly. So this is where I'm just feeding in the oil from that. But yeah, I think maybe if I just add on some extra tanks. I'm sure we'll get some insane weirdness of fluid mechanics. Prevents it from working properly, but there you go. Doesn't sound like they're going to fix fluid mechanics in the expansion. Or version 2. Okay, so where are we? We are still sort of processing cryolite, but also not. So a bit. Yeah, so we are now completely out of normal science up here. So, if I can remember the blooming keys. So, if we go and have a look at the chests here. Oh, I didn't put orange science in, did I? So, how would I do that? Because these, I think, now are redundant, basically. I mean, they're not quite. Because, say, we do have some normal text we could do. But I'm sure they'll be. I'm sure I'll be able to do them in space. But then everything else needs space science, you see. From now on. So these labs are basically redundant. So we might as well pick them up. Oh, they're going to grab all of that. That's fine. See, how I would usually sort of solve this problem is with bots, basically. So I would get bots to move things around now. But we're not going to get bots for ages. So, yeah. The spaghettiness has kind of come back to haunt me. Wrong thing. I should go in there, shouldn't I? In fact, maybe something more like that. Yeah, so they've grabbed all that, but what I'm thinking is I just basically hand move all of this for the time being, and we'll just take all of this science, because this is loads of science. You know, even with the blue being very low production, and it should get, you know, get us through today, and then potentially, because I've got a weekend where I'm not really doing anything. I could maybe tomorrow morning. Oh, looks like we had a... I figured out what these are. It's the bots crashing, basically, from the AI mod. So it's just the bots occasionally crash and just destroy a bit of your factory. It's just Well, they don't even destroy a factory. They can't hit anything hard enough to destroy it. It's just pointless to me. It's the type of thing... I don't know why some people add, modders add that type of thing. But it's like, I mean, fine, but... So what? It's just, it's not actually making anything harder or easier. And because it happens so infrequently as well. It's not like it happens continuously. Just very, very occasionally, one bot will die. There's that one. They're still bringing it over. I guess. So what have I got? I've got red. I haven't got any red. That's a bit odd. Where would you have taken red science, if not there? Where would you have put the red science? I wonder. There'll be in some chests you're not supposed to put in. I'm going to cap these though, because they're insane amounts. So we do it at 4 things. Because if I just forget, then that's fine. Yeah, where has he taken that red science? I do have a couple of requesters, so what we could do, just from ones it's given me. I'm not able to make them yet. But what we could do is just like literally go over here, pop red science in as a request. And kind of see where they come from. What direction? On the way 22, so there aren't that many anyway. But where did you put them? Oh, it looks like they probably were put in there, just too quick with it basically. So yeah, we'll take them out, get rid of that. In fact, let's just check they haven't put any others in the thing. So no red, none of them. None of them. None of them. None of them. Cool. Okay, so we've got some. Yeah, I'm not really sold on this idea. I gotta admit, the whole cargo rocket thing seems... I mean, look at that. It's just a tiny fraction of the entire space. It's also, 52 out of 500. It should be a small cargo rocket or something like that, for the earlier game. Do I take other stuff with me? Because what I'm thinking is literally just going, sending the rocket up. Filling these chests with it. And then we've got some space science happening. And that'll get me more of the things I need. Except there's still very little copper coming up. Why is that? Oh, it's still these flipping things again. Oh, 4 heat shields a year problem. Oh, hello, Bolshevik. To add some sense of urgency. What to? Sorry, I'm not sure when you said that. I don't know. I'm surprised the oil hasn't had more of an immediate effect. I wonder what. Because they're processing fine. Heavy and light's just full. So maybe we could add more cracking. Is it full? Yeah, it's full. Okay, so that might be part of the problem. In regards to meteors... Oh, CME. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so I could probably do with a bit more cracking. Because obviously it's petroleum we're really trying to get. I don't know, that pipe's full. Which is where... Because I got like multiple places now producing. So that's still getting just a tiny trickle of petroleum. Is that because I've split it off on a different thing? No, it's up there. What's that one going to then? What are you feeding? You're not feeding anything. You just sat there doing nothing. Okay. And that's eating, isn't it? And that's coming back. So how is my... How are these using... Wait, where's the other... Oh, it's further up. Okay. Huh. Oh, and I'm making plastic out of it as well. Okay. So yeah, perhaps more cracking would not be amiss. Get the bots to do that then. So, just pop a bunch on. It's all circuit controlled, so it's not gonna not produce lube or anything like that. It's just don't think we've got the capacity because we haven't got. I'd be sticking beacons on it and stuff normally, but we haven't really got any. Well, haven't got the tech. Okay. So I say I could take some stuff with us as well, and this is a bit of a waste of a rocket, to be honest with you, but I'd rather just have the science up there that I've got, and then we can chug through some of it. Because what does that one? The limiter would be the blue and the orange, and I mean that you see, it's only 100. It's not like it's a lot. And what else would I need then? If I want to head towards our logistics, we're going to need the space manufacturing, which again is only 100. We're going to need... Is this how we do... Oh, this must be how we do chemical stuff in space. What's my basic chemical and oil? Okay, so we could turn the heavy... Because it gave us a load of heavy oil in barrels. So we turn that into lube maybe directly. But that would also give us the solar panel. Because the other problem I got no power up there. It's just literally exactly matched to what I've got. I guess I could take some solar panels with me, couldn't I? Anyway, what were we after? We were after the logistics system. And that is where... We don't know. Logistics system. So I would need... Cronut's what we're doing. Space is queued. So we're going down by that one. Again, it's only 100. The thermal was one of them, wasn't it? Another 100. So that's 1, 2, 3... 350. And then we could do that one as well. So that's... Oh no, we couldn't. We would need data cards. 450. 500. And then I've forgotten which chain it... But this one, isn't it? So we then need utility science packs, which gets really complicated. But by that stage, I would hope to have got a thing going. Because what I could also do... I could say, let's take some solar panels up there. And see if I can sort of squeeze them in. Because what I could also add on, now that I've researched it, is the actual space platform thing. Because that... Oh no, heat shields. Anyway, let's go and get these solar panels. So we'll just take a load. I hope, in fact, is that worth looking up? Are these... Yes, they use regular solar panels. Cool. So having them in orbit is not going to be a bad thing. Just take a load. Because I can convert them when I've got that tech. Might just grab some accumulators as well. We could always take, just for convenience, a load of... In fact, I might extend some of these. Green circuits. And, I don't know, maybe cogs. Inserters. I might grab... Oops. Click. Some of those. Pipe is obviously different. What else might be worth taking? Rail is a different system. Power pods, I've ended up with loads up there anyway. Take some more robo ports, that's what's useful. What I could also take is some actual bots. Because weren't there some in... Yeah, there we go. So we take them. Ah, okay. You random ones. That one, and that one. Bang, bang, bang. Went the gun. Okay. Right. Let's just chuck all that in there. See what is worth taking from my inventory. So I'm probably just going to head up there, fiddle about a bit, stick those things in the chest and let it chug away on some of that science. But it would be nice to set up heat shields, I guess. In fact, should we do that now? Because they are literally just here. Yeah, heat shields are just on that belt. And going around this one here. It's just that, you know, I've got no real production of them. That's the issue. So if we turn this one into heat shields and we point it at boop. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That one there. Okay, we want it to be on. And now we need to hook. So this is atrocious, this. We'll just mess it, you know. Right, so I'm just actually wondering, would it be better if I take them from here? Oh, I didn't. I forgot I emptied out everything. Let's grab everything there. There. Give myself some heat shielding. So, if I want this to go onto this one, I think what I'm going to do just pop them in there. A barrel of sulfuric acid. So it's there, so we're going to basically make none of them because these things are going to take them in preference anyway. So you know, we would need to actually produce heat shields in more of a volume. What I think I might do is see if I assume it stacks to 100, does it? Yeah. Oh, and I didn't put that on. Have I not added it onto the signal thing? No. Heat shield. Let's just say minus 200 or something. So it's just send a few when you got them. Oh, did it send... Oh, it's 50. Stacks to 50. Okay. So we should have some in orbit now. There you go. Why did I want heat shields? I wanted heat shields because I need to make the other one, don't I? Oh, these buttons. I'll get used to them eventually. Yeah, I need to make the platforming stuff. So how about and I need heat shields for them. Of course you do. Of course you do. Right. Get rid of my belts. Get rid of our pipes. That. We've got a capsule. Can't do rail. Whoops. Cargo rail. Don't really need any more of those with us at the moment. Obviously, heat pumps and... Oh, in fact... No. In fact... That... in fact, let's get rid of the raw bits and pieces and intermediates and that sort of thing. Might keep them actually. Don't need those capsules. Have I got rocket fuel on me? No. Got regular fuel. Does the jetpack use regular fuel? Not sure. Right. So we're only going to be up there for a little jaunt. That'll fit in a capsule. Cool. Okay. Am I happy with that? I guess I should go and get some more. Looks like it does use regular fuel. Where is the red circuits one? Red circuit should be in a chest somewhere, but I cannot see where. Oh, up here. Okay, how about some blue circuits as well? So we got some of them. Okay. Gonna do a safety save. We want to go to the landing pad. Oh, disabled, because I've not put the capsule in, have I? Which means I need another one. Where am I making them? Where am I making them? Am I making them? Doesn't look like it, does it? Oh, there they are. There they are. You're not off again, are you? They keep colonising this bit, and I keep kicking them out. Yeah, might, if it's got, yeah, I might as well take a couple. Oh, hello, Senna. Hi, did you notice the arm-like thing in the clip of the Superfast Foundry in the last Friday Facts? I did not notice it while I was recording, and in fact, I didn't notice it at all. But when I went on Reddit, I usually try and do my records as pure as possible without sort of seeing other people's theories beforehand, you know, via Reddit and Discord. But when I went onto the Reddit, I saw that there was indeed a strange arm. It was one of those ones, one of those Easter eggs where it's like once you've seen it, it's like, how the heck did I miss that? But yes, I saw it on the thing. So what's your theory as to what it is then? What do you think we're getting? Okay. Delay with target launchpad to empty. I would never have noticed. I was just awestruck by the 4.33 crafts per second. That was insane, that machine. It was almost sort of epileptic inducing, wasn't it? The speed at which it was flicking through the things. It was quite insane. I don't know if you saw on the later post. Who was it? I'm not sure which one of the devs it was. I can't remember. But basically they... because I said it in my video, of, you know, exactly how much power is this thing using. And the answer, it turns out, is 38 megawatts, the Foundry. Now, I didn't fully sort of know whether that meant... 38 megawatts just for the Foundry, and then all of the beacons, etc., would be extra, which I would assume it would be. But basically, a single nuclear reactor produces 40, or can produce 40 megawatts of power, I believe. So effectively, there's a single. In order to run that Foundry, you would have a single nuclear reactor. Now, to run, as I say, all the beacons around it. And all the inserters and all that sort of stuff, is going to be more. So you're going to need, just to run one Foundry, you're going to need a small nuclear setup, basically. At that sort of, you know, boosted rate. But yeah. Yeah, that was I say that, and it was quite interesting because that's what I speculated, that it would need a entire nuclear facility to run that setup. Right, so if we pop that there, so we're ready to go. I don't know what I've got in terms of rocket fuel here. Oh, loads. Okay. Because I've done the tech where you fill that, well, put a bit of rocket fuel in that, and it doesn't destroy it when you travel. So I've got that one. So what I'm thinking is we're going to take these bits out. We're going to tack on a bit more of the old power. Let's not block this ice just yet. Maybe put a couple here. Maybe add on some up there. My thought is that it would be a suit because of it looking like an idle animation, and I can't think of a building looking like that and doing that movement. Not even sure I am pumped about it, as I don't see a purpose for the Imagine suit though. I like that the setup requires a huge amount of energy. Can't even imagine new mega bases in the future, but I'm very stoked about it. Well, as I was saying in my video, that I mean, that single foundry produces like enough gears basically to run something equivalent to a mega base. Because I don't remember what the maths worked out as, but you know, if you say that this needs one gear for each red science pack, it would enable you to produce, you know, literally thousands of red science packs just out of that one thing. And of course, everything here, I say this is different setup, but you know, all of your science packs, that would probably produce all of the gears you would need for them. Just out of that one machine. So I say, even though it's constant, and that's one of the, you know, that's the theory I've been espousing as to what they're doing basically, is that they are making it so that you can have one machine that just, you know, provides all the gears that you need, all of the, you know, whatever, you know, copper plates or what have you, if you want to do that. And then if you want to go even bigger, then that's entirely up to you. But you could make a really decent sized base with just a few machines if you're willing to put the time in and get the, you know, the legendary versions of them. But yeah, I think it is the engineer. I think that's, you know, it's covering up, as you say, an idle animation. My thing with it is the scale of it seemed to be wrong in a sense. It seemed to be too big for that thing. So if you compare it to this, and up's also too high up, you know. So if this was the foundry, let's just you know, and you were to cover it up with, you know, like that. You see, the engineer's like arm is a lot lower down, effectively, because it would have been up here-ish, I think. And I'm as close to this machine as I could be. So I think it's something bigger than we've got, or it's jetpacks basically, so that the engineer can fly. And so, you know, it was basically hovering over above the thing, which was interesting because you have jetpacks in this, you know, because of the fact that you know, you can do that basically. But as I understand it, when we're building space platforms in space age, we don't actually move around. It's all done with remote building. So where are you lot going when you fly off in that direction? So yeah, that's my sort of question with it. To me, it looks like, and people, you know, drew it on because there was a joke, you know, draw what you think it looks like, post on the Discord, and everyone seems to have the same theory I had, that it looks like a digger arm. But why the heck would you have a digger arm on the suit? You know, we've got you know, the power arm and stuff. It's all sort of sleek and self-contained, and the idea of having a digger arm on it just seemed really weird, almost backwards in a sense, because it felt low tech. You know, it felt like you know, it's got a digger arm so that you could dig up more resources more quickly. But why would you be doing that? You know, you don't need to. So yeah, it's sort of an interesting thing of why you would have that. digger type arm on it. The other thing I thought is it's some kind of new machine. It's some kind of new remote drone or something like that. And it's got that on just so that maybe it looks more like a tractor or like a JCB or something like that. And so you can set it like a Spidertron, basically. You can set it digging, on Volcanus just to get your first sets of, tungsten and stuff like that, maybe. What was I going to build? I was going to build the space platform stuff so that we're chugging away making that. And we need low density structure, heat shields and steel plate. Now, I don't think I'm sending low density structure up, am I? No. I'm making it here. Here we go. Okay. So where can I spaghetti that in? Because that's got... If we put it there, I think we've got everything we need then. But nowhere to put it. Okay, let's build it there then. This is me just building it so that, doing things so that I can, kind of come back to it in a sense. I like that setup requires a huge amount of engineering. Oh, sorry, I've read that. True, I haven't even considered the scale. Maybe a new type of vehicle, Spidertron? Miner robot, yeah. I don't know, it just... it did seem to be really high up, as I say, when you think of if the engineer stood next to it, wouldn't be there. And the arm was really big as well, if you think about how big the character model is. So... People are saying maybe a mech suit, like an actual, like a proper really big mech suit. But again, why would it have a digger arm on it? That's a very weird thing for it to have. So, we need to deliver things, but we also need to work out where the heck what I could do, because this is hardly relevant. Do that. And then put one of them there. Maybe we give plenty of room for that. Make sure they're not filling up. So we need to deliver heat shields, which should be a miracle, but there we go. Have I got... Because we should have construction robots now? No. Let's get some of them on the go. How many have I got left there? 13. In fact, I should dump them in directly. Right, so should be able to bring that over there. Like that. Awesome, so that gets it making some of that. While I can basically go back and continue messing about on now this. That was it, basically. That's all it had. Yeah, it's the copper, weirdly, that's the blocker on us at the moment. What I might do, because I brought a load, didn't I? So I might just grab some of this. How many we got in here? Oh yeah, I can take some of that. So I've got, maybe take this one. Yeah, got a couple hundred left, so... Oh, I was going to put more solar panels around as well, wasn't I? Just in case. Or to avoid kind of browning out things. How are we doing? Oh, yeah, got the headroom. Cool. I think they're more productive, aren't they? Like in the space age thing. What was I going to do? I was going to kind of feed these in. So if I just give this an extra box with some blues in, and I give this some extra extra boxes with some greens and some reds in. Cool. Get rid of these. I mean, this is hugely wasteful what I'm doing, but as I say, I sort of feel like I need to rearrange the base back home before I really tackle space proper. Because I'm not sure the, shooting these into space with the cannons is really a good approach. So instead I need cargo rockets, and for cargo rockets I need sort of fuel, really. Right. Oh. Cool. Let's leave that here. That's probably... Don't know why I brought some concrete with me, but there you go. Or landfill. That's obviously hugely useful in space, landfill. It would be cool if we did get like an army of miner bots, though. What I thought, I'll be honest, is it's some sort of new mech suit, and it's kind of... The reason it's got the digger arm is actually more so that it looks like the lifter robot from... Although that doesn't have digger arms, but... from Aliens, basically, the film where she, Ripley fights the alien queen at the end, and I thought maybe it was basically going to be kind of a reference to that it's a big stompy mech suit. But say that doesn't have digger arms on it. It has, whoops, pincer type arms. Okay. Let us quick check here. Cool. Let's head home then. Where's the rocket fuel? I think it's like 25 or something. Oh, 13. That's okay. Might as well put everything in there because it's safe. Okay. I was just going to mention that. Great minds thinking that. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Grab all of that. Get everything sorted out. Right then, what do we want to tack on next then? Got about an hour. Do I want to think about the coal mining? Do we want to go and grind out some dead biters? Because we've got all these little patches of biters here, which will be dead easy to take out. And the only problematic ones are going to be kind of that one. And that one, I would say. Because what I'm thinking is basically turning this into like a core, So we might do the mining at the various places, stick it on a train, and bring it all over here, and like just have a gigantic processing facility, and fill up trains and send it off to others. Because I've got this one here as like a copper, smelting one. And I could set up iron quite easily just by copying it. We've got steel already. It's obviously coal-fired at the moment. Or, well, fuel-fired. But, I've got quite a lot of coal. And this produces coal, so we could use that. And then we basically hook all of these core miners in, and say bring it all up a massive core, not massive, but a core smelting, core processing, whatever it calls it. I don't know even what it calls it. Core material or something. What does it call it? Oh, that's here, right? Yeah, and basically use these recipes as a sort of a leftover, essentially. So if any of them fill up, then we can do that. And then once we got that up and running, we've got a much more sort of sustainable, essentially, material production thing. What I forgot to do, I need to expand this a bit more, I think. Because we had a coronal mass ejection. In fact, I think we've had a couple, but we certainly had a coronal mass ejection thing. And I hadn't realised that this requires sustained power for like quite a long time to fend it off. And so you need quite a lot of capacity. I've added a lot, but as you can see, the base is running on half power effectively. I think we probably need, this needs to be like a fifth, I think, and that should give me the headroom basically in the accumulators. But it would be useful. That's why I'm thinking about setting the nuclear up as well, because I don't need it to run the base, but I do need it if and when we get the coronal job. It also, I think I need to expand this as well, because these take quite a long time to charge up. They're quite heavy on power as well. So if we pop in a little bit more of this. I have obviously just taken all my solar panels up to space, so that's an act of genius, but yeah, okay. I just think it might be worth putting in the iron, because obviously, green circuits don't use iron, they use stone slabs. So I don't actually have an iron smeltery on the go, just the basic one here. So if we're going to get the core stuff, the other thing I could do with power, I guess, is this pyroflux thing, because you can stick that together with water and just make steam, basically. I'm sure that's probably like a very wasteful... Oh, look! They've been sticking stuff in there. Why have you been putting stuff in there, bots? That's meant to be uranium. But they clearly just thought, well, go on. There's some empty chests, we'll stick it in there. Why have you put all that in there? Ours is not to reason why. But yeah, so I could turn that into, steam, basically, and just use, partly run the power base on it, because it's just a byproduct at the moment. And then if it does actually become useful for the whole pyro stuff, I could, re-divert it, basically. Okay. But what am I actually going to do right now? I'm very tempted, as I say, to build... basically just to duplicate this and make an iron... a proper iron drop-off. Because here would be quite a good spot for it, I think. I think we want blue circuits there. Yeah, let's pop it in there. So, if we just literally copy, there's a signal missing there, but literally copy that. And go, where would we want it? Could put it in there. Because that does overlap with some of the miners, but they're almost dead anyway. Yeah, I think we'll put it in here. I need to rethink this a bit anyway. And that's the old train system, so it needs to go anywhere, I guess. But yeah, we'll put that in there, and we'll convert that to iron. So how many whatchamacallits do I need? In fact, this is one of them. So we would need nearly 200 smelters and 1.2k belts. Okay. 1,200 belts. I need to get rid of those anyway. And what? Don't really need these. Do need more rail though. Say 400. Got trains, but we need these. I'm assuming this other one is better to build, but doesn't it need more? Ah, the space manufactory is done. 4 space assembly machines. Wowzer. Good lord, that's expensive. Good lord. Crikey. And this is the cryonite stuff. I think it's that one I need for the cryonite powder, cryonite crystal, and heavy oil. Okay. Is it? Oh, I haven't got the science pack yet. That one. Cryonite rods. Okay. Yeah, so they need the powder and the crystal. The powder you just crush out of cryonite, regular cryonite. And the crystal, you do the powder. So what are these beads and stuff needed for then? Cryonite slush. Slush. Okay. Right. Where were we? I don't get what that's for. I was writing the things. I didn't really understand. Let's have a look in the recipe thing. What's it called? Test. Material testing pack. Stack size 10. Cold thermo. Okay. So it looks like it's a part of various sciencey things. Okay. Interesting. Where did I get to? So I got rail, we got 150 of those. Is that all you've got? That's all you've got. Okay, that's fine. It's quite a lot though. We're out of room anyway. So let's pop in the tank. Oh, I didn't take that out, did I? Woo. Yeah, so the Friday Facts itself was a bit of an odd one, if I'm honest, but more. I really like the things that they were talking about. You know, the remote signals, because I've never been one for doing the whole putting, you know, red and green wires down your rail network. I never really. It just always seemed like a lot of faff. Something that I never end up then, actually doing. Oh. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I just don't really like generally build on the scale where you want to be controlling entire outposts via, looking at signals and stuff. I'm perfectly capable of looking to see whether an outpost is empty and stuff like that. But I do get why people do it. But yeah, so having the remote signals is really interesting. And as I said in the video, it was interesting that they very specifically said it's only one channel per surface, and that radars only work on a surface. They don't. Communicate with space, apparently, and something needs to communicate with space. Because I can't see it. I mean, even if it's like it's a way of doing it, but most people don't bother on it because it's too complicated, and they've got to put it in because of all the amazing circuit network stuff that people do, Just give those people the option. So we'll have to see what the building is that does that, basically. I never saw the need, really. A couple of times I was tempted by the circuits I wanted to usually become big because of their limitations to basically one operation per building. Simple and nice solution with the radar, though. Also, JJ, a graphics dev, I think, leaked that trains on Fogger are not damaged by the lightning. Oh, right, okay. That's interesting. So that's another one of my theories down the pan. I wonder if I've got anything right. It's getting a bit comical, really. Let's put that there. So I can just put that in. But yeah, I don't, to say, I do get why people do it. I don't want to, denigrate it as such, but it just always seemed like a lot of faff. Only really beneficial if you're doing a mega base, and I've done one, basically. I mean, technically I've done loads, because most of my bases end up being able to do 1,000 science a minute, but generally speaking, that's where I stop. I don't then usually bother and go any further. That's why we have LTN or CyberSyn TSM. Yeah, I'm not as familiar. I mean, I haven't done. I know a lot of people use a lot of mods, which is great, but I tend to be a bit more limited. I don't. A lot of things that. What would you call it? Like intermediate mods? I haven't really used a lot of either. It's like things like nano robots and all this sort of stuff. I think they're great if you want to use them, but for me personally, I don't actually kind of mind that bots come later and that's when they come. I kind of don't need a super early version of bots to make me happy, if you see what I mean. But again, it's another one where it's like I'm really happy that people have built mods to support that sort of thing. It's just for me personally. Well, like this, I've got bots, but I've just laid all this rail track because I know it's a pain in the bum. Oh, someone got trashed. Why have you blown up my light? What are you blowing up my light for? But yeah, I just know it's quicker, and don't mind doing a bit of manual labour, But yeah, so I haven't played with too many of the, like intermediate style. They're not entire revisions. They're just new ways of playing. I guess I'm just too stuck in my ways, really, of it works, so why change it, sort of thing. Never tried editing or such. I wonder how many of those mods features have been rendered obsolete with the 2.0. That's what I was going to say, sorry. That's the point I was kind of building up to, that people seem to be almost checking them off. This is a mod that, a lot of people use, and now it's been incorporated into the main game. And it does feel a bit like there's like a hit list of popular mods that they're gonna bring in. With the advantage, obviously, as they said themselves, that they can change their source code rather than work around anything or what have you. I played with TSM before, but I'm mainly a LTN guy. I like turn mainly because I can say I can use, say, 2 trains, and those 2 will service a whole base. I don't really do that, just an example. Yeah. So I'm not, it's not meant as any kind of. It's just personal preference, isn't it, of that? And as I say, I don't tend to build big enough that. Unlike my rail blueprints are sort of a bit sort of slow and inefficient, but they're kind of built in such a way that I almost never get deadlocks, all of my junctions are exclusive junctions. There's not really so much in the way of, worrying about throughput, because, I think the Angels and Bob's playthroughs I did are sort of perfect examples of that, where I just sort of, I plough through, and when I'm done sort of thing. I don't usually have the mindset of, well, let's build something that can do, 5,000 science every time, sort of thing. It's just, how I play, really. So yeah, that sort of complexity. I have looked at LTN though. I don't think. That's a bad one, as it were. I think that's quite a clever idea, but it did look quite complicated to set up. So. The thing I find remarkable about a lot of the mods is what they're able to do, the modders. It's like, you'd think that you'd actually need access to source code on a lot of them, but, they can just sort of program it in. One of the things I do find odd, though, this is a very random thought, but is the number of mods that introduce big buildings. It always seems a bit strange to me. And this is the same. It's like and so the space age is going to be all big buildings. But the general form factor in Factorio is a 3x3 building, and you've got only a very small handful of big ones. And every overall mod seems to, kind of obsess over putting in 5x5 buildings. And I assume that's basically because of there's obviously the skill needed in making the things in Blender in the first place, but I assume it's a lot to do with getting, being able to get loads and loads of modules on it, basically. Not modules, beacons. You're about to build big. It's one step out from Pandadons. Yeah, I mean, to say, there's big and there's big, if you see what I mean. And I have built a lot in here. I'm not saying that I don't necessarily build big. It's more from a, how can I phrase it? I suppose it's more along the lines of, I don't plan to do, I don't think to myself, right, well, how do I get to, 2,000 science? How do I get 4,000 science? If that's what I end up doing, then you know, for whatever the mod is, then fine. But I don't go into it. I'm more, how do I finish it, than, you know, how do I... It's like, I suppose the better example is the Satisfactory playthrough where I did, one that I streamed, where when I realised I was going to have to build something, you know, that for me was kind of off the charts on its scale, I just gave up. I was just like, can't be bothered. So I suppose it's that sort of thing. If I end up doing something big, you know, but doing it in bite-sized chunks, then it's a bit of a different thing to, right, well, now I need to build, you know, 500 supercomputers per second. Oh, right, that's going to need, you know, a bigger build than I've ever built before, sort of thing. It's difficult to explain, really. And yeah, I said, as I've been doing this series, it's sort of like, I would not be surprised if there does come a point where it becomes too tedious for me, and it is just a bit sort of grind out more outposts, grind out more, you know, of the exact same facility. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's when I stop playing, basically. I'm wondering about maybe if I do this bit. Just put the buildings in. And the bots can do the fiddly part. Well, and take those take those rocks away. No. What was the other thing in there? Oh yeah, the insane crafting speed. It's like that sort of thing. I don't think I'd ever build something like that, because I'm perfectly happily doing, you know, 10 buildings at, you know, a quarter of the production speed than one building that does, you know, that sort of production speed. Particularly if it involves the quality thing. I'm not one of those. I'm not against the quality thing. I just don't know that, say, grinding out that many, you know, boundaries in a quality build is really going to be quite my cup of tea. I'm at that stage now in Satisfactory. My plan is just to finish it, but the rail system is so annoying because it's not deterministic, and sometimes you have to drag the mouse longer away and then back again to get the right rail shape, etc. Yeah, that was the other frustration for me. Particularly, I mean, I'm saying things that I've said before, but particularly when it was there was no blueprinting system at all. And so you couldn't even build like the platforms to build the rail. You had to manually build them all, you know. So you couldn't even blueprint them. But also, as I said, the fact that the rail wasn't part of blueprints was just like, you know, well, a bit of an oversight from mine. And I get it because of how they were doing it. It's a spline thing. But I think they should have just reworked the entire rail system. I don't think that was a good solution. Satisfactory problem is the lack of the copy paste. Yeah. I actually had my working theory was that they designed it more for multiplayer than they had for single player, because the amount that you had to do kind of seemed to make sense if you had, you know, I can't remember what they said their limit is on players. I think it's only 4. But if you got 4 players, you know, then you're going away and say, right, well, you go and build a iron factory, and you build a copper one, and you know, that cuts the job into quarters, basically. And that sort of makes more sense to me as to why you would have such big numbers. I'd also say that because of the huge production numbers in it, or huge production requirements at the end game, the aesthetic side of it became sort of a rod for its own back, because it's like you've got a system that you can make, you know, properly nice looking factories, rather than the sort of dingy Factorio style, you know, with shiny concrete and all this sort of stuff. But particularly pre-blueprint, building a factory like that was just a tedious nightmare, because it would just involve laying down the same thing literally thousands of times. And it's like, well, if you want this whole system to be, you know, this whole game to be about the aesthetics of the factory, and then you give us the requirement to build such a big factory, especially with how their speed modules were kind of broken, and actually it was the opposite way around, and having more machines was better than having, you know, fewer machines with speed modules in, basically, or the whatever they called it in that game. You know, it's sort of, you're messing up your own design principle in a sense. How are we doing? So we need to change this. Surprised any trains haven't come in, actually. So this needs to be plate load. And this needs to be unload. Cool. Don't have any fuel here, do I? Factorio Roker's in that regard, yeah. Indeed, Satisfactory is quite unforgiving and hard to scale in many ways. By the way, I've heard people mentioning that they'd like a fluid mechanics rework in Factorio. Is it because the flow speed is unclear or what? Oh, yeah, fluid mechanics. So, the problem with fluid mechanics, I always found, I don't actually... People go on about the performance side of it. I think people talk a lot of rubbish about, you know, performance things, because unless you are literally making a gigantic mega base, or you're working with some mod that can't be optimized because, you know, it's an add-on to the game, so it can't be integrated in quite the way you would need it to be for it to be fully optimized. But the problem with fluids is always the whole thing of it doesn't behave as you'd kind of expect it to behave. You know, a pump doesn't work on like a creating pressure system. It doesn't pressurize the pipes in front of it. It just tries to fill the pipe in front of it. And the bit that's always really, really difficult to work with, I find, is the whole... So if you've got... Because what it tries to do with the fluid mechanics is it basically... Isn't there a display I can do that shows it? But basically, if you put fluid in this end, it basically tries to even up the amount of fluid between the two pipes. And then it'll... And now that pipe has got fluid in it, so it'll try and even up the fluid between those two pipes. Now that pipe's got fluid in it, so it'll try and even up the fluid between those two. So, and then it'll even up those two, and then it'll even up those two. And in the meantime, it's also evening that again, and evening that again, and evening that again. So what it's effectively doing is it's almost like the fluid has a weird viscosity to it, in the sense that it sort of sloshes back and forth effectively. Now, say pumps do, you know, effectively force fill the next one in front of them. They don't try and even up the pump volume or the behind the pump or something like that. But yeah, so basically, when you've got any kind of pipe, but then for a underground, it does that, as I understand it, between those two. So that's why they're kind of better for any kind of understandability, in a sense, because, you know, they're just evening out those two rather than all of these. But it also does it then with tanks. So tanks, it'll try and even out that. And of course, that's got a completely different amount in it compared to the other one. So you get really weird behaviours. Particularly, you know, one of the errors I've done is if you do that and like put a pump. Have I got any pumps? I probably haven't. they got pumps? No. Probably all in space. So if you do something like that, what you'd expect to happen is that it pressurizes this and then it forces it into the two things, and it doesn't. Instead, it will do things where it's like weirdly trying to balance these two, and then nothing goes in here, and it's just madness, basically. Now that's the problem I've always had with the fluid system. It's just that what you try and hook up is like, it just won't do it, basically, because it doesn't work like you would think it would work. Oh! 6 burst terms. Oh, okay. So it's held a comment there. There's an auto mod thing on it. But apparently rail thing is a sex term, apparently. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. Even so, people like us used to spending hundreds of hours on one save. Doesn't mean we like placing hundreds of refineries manually. I think they added a copy-paste construction robot thing now. I plan on checking it out again when 1.0 is out. They have added blueprints. Construction is still... construction was always automated. You know, you place it and it just builds it. It doesn't... You know, you don't have to physically sort of go and place it down. So you can do, like, building at a distance. But they've added blueprinting, which allows you to set a blueprint. However, blueprints are tiny. So, effectively... Now, it's 3D, obviously, so it does work in... allows you to do, like, multiple layers. But if you imagine, like in Factorio, you know, you might be setting up some production facility, you know, like I normally do, like that. You know, and it's got belts there. Oops. And there, maybe, and, you know. So you'd set up a generic thing like that. Oh, I've not actually got any belts on me. So imagine that's a generic build you've built. And then what you would do in Satisfactory is basically you have that, and it's a tileable blueprint then. So you build, you know, as many of those as you then want. Whereas of course in Factorio, you can blueprint that whole thing. You know, I can, like I did, I copy and pasted this entire facility, and now I'm just building it out. You can't do that. All you can blueprint is like small modular pieces, basically. Now it adds a different challenge. Obviously, that's not necessarily bad, because it's about how you then, you know, create those modular blueprints and make them reproducible, and you know, make them generic, or have your, you know, specialized version based on your generic one, or what have you. So there is an interest in there, but of course, you still then got to lay down dozens and dozens of blueprints when all you're building is exactly the same thing, you know, in a single facility. They also didn't... They might have added it in by now, but they didn't include rail, so you would have to still go and manually put all the rail pieces down. And it didn't work with pipes or... what do you call them? Vertical belts. So you would have to manually add those in as well. Now, I think they fixed those two. I think you can have blueprints with vertical belts and pipes in. But it basically meant it was like Hubble to me. And it is literally like you can fit... I mean, I don't actually think a refinery fit into the blueprint. So you'd have to have a blueprint that just had the gap refinery. Now, I think they have tweaked that. But the tweak they were talking about was like reducing the height of the foundry rather than... No, not the foundry, the refinery. Reducing the height of the refinery. No, it wasn't refineries. It was power plants. So you couldn't set up coal power plants in a blueprint because the coal power plant was too tall. So yeah, it's sort of... Nice try, guys. Give it another go. Right, I don't actually need 100 of those, I don't think, do Exactly. The blueprint feature is kind of small, and I've only used it for a small rail thing. Drones are limited with batteries and their bandwidth, but still quite useful. I was wondering what was the naughty euphemism. Yeah, rail thing, apparently. Get myself banned just saying that over and over again, apparently. All sorts of interesting stuff that I'm unlocking. I need to be a bit careful that I don't get way beyond myself. And, have too much that I'm expecting to build, as it were. Cryonite lubricant. Interesting. It might be worth just doing some of these buffs. Getting these on. Just because. Also, let us test whether we can do regular science with space labs. But then we could also do these kind of, ones here. Just stack them up. See where it gets to. Right, what I was going to do was check to see. We only need 38 of those, but we need 150 and 100. Okay. So this needs to go up to 150. Well, let's whack on 200. Don't need 400 round. Let's take that down to 200. Was it? I think I got that the wrong way around, didn't I? Yeah, it's 150 of the yellows. Not the other one, so I do say 200 of them. Take that down to 150. Brought me the rail. I don't really need 1200 belt, do I? A couple of hundred at best, surely. Yeah. So we take that down. 800, make sure we've got room. The next part then, the question really is the modules. Now we should have our load in here. I don't think it's using speeds, is it? But if we've got... What have we got? 200 and something machines. We would need 400 prod modules. Yeah, we got that then. Okay. And it wasn't 200 of those, it was 50-ish. Cool. What was the other thing there? Yeah, it was in the insane production speed, which I say I probably would never actually get to. What was the other thing? Remote radar at a distance thing, signals at a distance, which is pretty cool. And the quality of life, the combinators. That was, I was saying in the video, that's a huge one for me because I'm like rubbish with building the combinator systems, the logic systems, because I just find the way it works too simple, sort of. And some of it provides you with shortcuts, but the shortcuts that I wouldn't want. So this whole thing, like here, this channel, the logistics channel, as it were, has absolutely everything on it, and to me that makes things more problematic. It doesn't actually make things easier. Because I'd rather just hook in something that is specifically looking at, filters down to what I'm actually doing. And that's why I tend to do more localized little logic circuits, basically. Is that everything? I think that's everything, isn't it? Oh well, in theory, no. God. But yeah, there's quite a lot of changes coming to that are going to help me out there, I think. Whoops. So yeah, moving combinators and wires still attaching. But that was another one that was like, there's apparently a mod that does that. So I say they must just be going through the mod portal and just going, oh yeah, we'll put that in. I don't think they are. It's just people come up with the same solutions, don't they, to the same problem. Right. Sounds like a true programmer. Doodly doodly doo. Might have made a fatal error here, because I've not really been building these with stackers in mind. With most of them, a train can just sit on that extra line, but they're not really built with stackers. But then it's kind of where I'm coming to with the core thing, that I can build the core thing with enough capacity to hold, you know, multiple trains, and then it's really just the other end where there's a 2-train problem. I'm trying to think how am I going to fuel this? How am I going to fuel this? That one I get fueled here, will it? No. I fueled that one there. Okay. Interesting. Well, I didn't set up a train on that, did I? So I could have that go around. Just put in an extra spur or something and have it deliver coal. Other option is I just do a good old-fashioned super crude solution. And we literally run a belt down here. This is backwards, isn't it, for that? Okay, never mind it. Forgot the... Okay. Forgot the prod modules are in here, aren't they? Here we go. In fact, again, another perfect example. Why send a robot to do what you can do 10 times faster? How did we get on with the solar? Did you build most of it? Yeah, it's pretty good. Are we chugging away? So green circuits are getting eaten up by something else. Oh, they're going to red, of course. I guess that red is not being replaced by the... It isn't, is it? Because the red circuits join up later. There they are. Okay. Yeah, I need to tear this all down. Rip it up and start again. We've missed something in the middle here, look. So they're just sloppy as well. Just sloppy. Poor workmanship. Okay, how are we doing? You more still? Don't think we've got anything like enough. I didn't think the 200 was enough, but I think I looked at the wrong thing. It would have been 400 anyway. That's why. Okay, so it's just those modules, I think. And a bit of tweaking on these belts. Cool. No, I didn't really kind of I'll address the point that was made, but I'm pretty sure they've said that we're not getting any kind of rework. I think it was Clonan said it on Reddit. I think basically they've not actually done anything with the fluid mechanics, so they will remain as is. I don't know whether that's like a good thing or a bad thing, in a sense that I say they are weird and confusing. I don't like them from that point of view. I don't think the performance thing is really an issue for most people. But it does make me wonder if my theories about what's going to go on backers, with it being fluids and stuff, is just completely wrong, basically. But then every time we do these, they basically reveal something else that I've got completely... Oh, I didn't do that bit of round. I've got completely wrong, so that would be kind of par for the course. So I'm not actually all that bothered. But yeah, it does make me wonder whether we're going to get a sort of super plastics and processed fluids and all that sort of stuff. The belts are going the wrong way. Why are the belts going the wrong way? Yeah, makes me a bit doubtful for that. I do like that they seem to have lent into the whole Easter eggs thing. I'm not entirely sure some of them, to start with, were deliberate, but they clearly are now. And I think that some of them were, in the original. Earlier Friday Facts, I think there were deliberate Easter eggs, but things like hiding the arm thing and all that sort of stuff, I think is kind of leaning into, us all speculating, because it's quite good marketing, really, when you think about it. Right. Nearly there. Not that I got anywhere to send this, but, it's ready to go. We're not actually dropping copper off here. Okay. What we're going to do after this then, we've got 20 minutes or so left. Have we made anything that we could do? So, if I want to process that, need to get sulfuric acid over there, don't we? It is exactly the same, this, isn't it? I'm not imagining that. Yeah, sulfur, iron, and water. Does feel like maybe I need like a proper chemical processing area as well, rather than this whole botched together rubbish here. And then we can maybe deliver, because we kind of have that there, but it's all focused on plastic. This doesn't actually have enough oil coming into it, to be honest. I just need to support what it could theoretically do. Oh, that's a bit of iron ore there as well. What I might do, because we have better walls, don't we? Steel plus concrete. Okay. Where am I making stone walls? Must be doing it for military science. How many of these are made as well? Oh, look, loads. Yeah, so it's not bad numbers that it makes, as is. I'm just wondering about maybe stopping military science for a bit. Yeah, how about we just get it to do whatever's there. But the stone walls are there. It's just one machine, so I think that's okay. Yeah, let's make some higher grade wall. And then I can maybe set up some more significant defences. What I could also do is maybe just sneak that a bit higher. And where are regular turrets? Up here. How many of those have we got? Oh yeah, let's bump that up as well. In fact, do that. Because I'm wondering about while I'm doing this. I've been quite languid with this, I gotta say. It's sort of a very weirdly gentle. I don't know. I think it's because I'm sort of prepping for grind, I think. I'm sort of in my head at some point. Why is this iron so little? In my head, at some point, we're going to reach a... Oh, because it's only yellow belt coming in. Yeah, we're going to reach a point where I need big production, so... Well, we're kind of at that point already, because we need to fuel a whole load of rockets, and we don't have anything like the production we need to do that. So... What was I going to change then? I was going to find... And it would be right next to the... Here we go. No, you're not working at all. Okay, iron plates is a problem now. Good thing I've just added a whole load more production of that. Okay, let's just find a little spot, and then we'll set up a steel wall building area. I could also build some flame turrets, couldn't I? Maybe tomorrow we could have some fun designing some proper defences. Because they're pretty cheap for what we want, really. Okay, let's just build the concrete walls, like I said. Where are we going to take them in? Might as well add them on here. So, if we wanted to build one of them, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Okay, so regular things convert to concrete things, convert to steel things. Awesome. And what do you actually need? You need stone brick, but you need like 5 every half second. Yeah, right. Let's give you some. Where's me? Okay. There you go. See what you can do with a load of them in. So that then is concrete and that then is steel. But how many do you need? 12 concrete, crikey, and 5 steel. Okay. Now concrete is right here. So we can have that come down there. Like that. And then steel. We can maybe try and get it over there. Oops. Yeah. Right, let's get a stacky boy on that. Another stacky boy. Cool. And then we're just limited by that one, which I don't think we can do any faster as such. Maybe a stack there. I'm not sure that we're actually delivering enough to support that at a rate, but we don't need to. But just fun to try, isn't it? Cool. Oh, right, they only stack to 50. Okay. In that case, do that. But then I assume they're like so meaty. Acid 17, poison 17. Yeah, that's pretty much a massive upgrade. Cool. So I might be able to get away with a single lining there. But we've got loads and loads of walls just sat around, basically. So the other thing I could do is just make sure, because you know, when I go and, if I replace things, then we can kind of just stick them in there. Cool. Okay. So the other thing we're going to just do, last 10 minutes or so, oops, is flamethrower turrets. Steel and gear wheels. Okay. Wonder maybe if I just sort of stick them on at the end, because I don't need that many of these at all. And then I could also put... Oh, Are we running out of steel? Or... That's kind of amazing. I would have thought. Given I got an entire train. Okay, so it is solid here. It's just that... Something else you're using them? I can't see where it... Okay. Oh, I guess these are... Yeah, quite heavy users, aren't they? Okay. That's fine. Whenever it makes a turret, it makes a turret. So, I could put the motors. Are they on the belt? No. A floor. Okay. Where are they? I'm definitely making them somewhere. I wonder... Wow. It's a long way up. I can't see him. This is the other problem with this base. There we go. Making them there. Oh, but literally sending them just into blue. Blue machine. Blue science. Okay. It's a long way away. What's the actual build look like? Where are you again? There you are. Because that's more steel, isn't it? So if we just copy one of these... Oh, look, and we've also got pollution on the belt anyway, so... Yeah, if we just copy one of them. See about maybe tacking it onto the bottom. Biddly bob. Oh. What do you need? You need gears, engines, and steel pipe. I bet engines are not actually on the bus, are they? No. Where are you getting engines from then? Oh, I'm literally just making it there. Okay. Let's just grab one of them. Why is that misaligned? Apart from my incompetence, obviously. Seems to have... So that's the output for it, isn't it? So we don't need that, because that's going across there. It wants gears and the engines. I'm outputting them there, so I need that, really. To be that way around. In fact... You need gears as well, though, don't you? And you're just gears and iron plate. So if that needs... What do you need? You need gears and pipes. So if we were to put gears and pipes on that, then that would have everything it needs if I do that. In fact, we could just direct it so that... So if this had gears and pipes on it, then this could grab them too. Gears, pipes, gears, gears. Iron plate would be all that would be missing then. And we could easily do that, no problem. Okay, so pipes are here. Maybe if I just move that up a bit, because then I can put... So if I have the... In fact, why bother kinking it? No kink shaming here. Right. So you need gears. We're finally using gears again. I think these gears have sat on this belt for like forever, because early recipes, later recipes haven't really used them very much. Right. So in theory, at some point in a million years, there might be some iron plate. Maybe. But for now, I'm just going to chuck some in. And you're making them. You're going to occasionally make one of those. Just for funsies. And maybe at some point in the dim and distant, we might make a flamer turret or two. Stone brick is now dead. Again, we got a whole train doing that. It's basically sitting here doing nothing. So this is what I'm saying. I think basically I have set up a lot of the feed-ins that we need for various things, but this is now a sort of beyond a joke level of spaghetti. Okay, fine. How are we doing? It's ever so slightly early, but I think we're done there for today. I say I'll probably end up just keep playing tonight as I have my dinner and just leave it running and stuff. Because what I would like to do is push out the walls, basically. Not sure about there, I might just leave that one. But I'm thinking this one, in fact, let's tag wall. Boop. And then maybe that. Because these will be tricky. Particularly that one, because they're bound to defend each other. But that should be okay, that should be okay. Put one there. Hopefully we can just put one across there. Not sure, there might be a connecting island or two. Maybe something here. As I say, this looks like it might be complicated. I might just chop it off there. Do I push that one out? I think that's fine. And this one seems to be doing okay. I mean, let's say they seem to keep spawning ones in, and it'd be lovely to have some artillery, but you can't have everything. So yeah, the plan, as I say, for extending. Oh, I flagged that iron, didn't I? Would that be better? I mean, they're getting really big, some of those nesticles. Yeah, that'll do. So if we can push out to those points, that gives me all of this land to play with, to do core mining, and see how we can process that up. Whether or not I'll do this as well, I don't know. How are we doing in space, by the way? How are we doing? Oop. Oh, cool. So we've made some space platform. Very, very little, though. That will be due to the lack of heat shields. Can I build that in a regular assembler? That didn't occur to me. Does it have to be a space assembler? Where even is it? Yes, it does. Okay. We've made 50, because that was the 50 that I took up. I was sent in that effectively by hand. Oh! Saw the actual thing come in then. I wonder why it delays proper logistics so late. It seems a bit strange, that, I gotta say. It's always seemed a bit strange, strange to me anyway, that it's like one of these things, like I've always said, like the engineer apparently doesn't know how to dig a hole. You know, they don't have the capability to, or even the scientific know-how to research how to dig holes, basically, because they can't build water. And the delaying of the actual, because you would think this, given you've already researched circuit networks, and I say this is even in vanilla, this comes later. You've already got bots. You've somehow got the capability to design and build bots that are clever enough that you can, you know, get them to do automated things that are really complicated, of moving things about, and restocking you, and building things and stuff like that. So they're drones that are capable of doing that. But apparently you can't build a chest that just requests things until a lot later. It doesn't make any logical sense. I don't know. I know it's a gameplay thing. It's just to say it's one of those weird things where it's like, well, why would that technology come later? Should be at the same time. So yes, okay. So I think that's the grand plan, is to clear these guys out, give us some room, get core mining on the go. And I say tomorrow we could mess about doing proper defences maybe as a thing. And I could maybe do a perimeter, you know, perimeter train maybe. But then the big jobs then are kind of clearing this out and redoing science in particular. What I think I'll actually do is build a separate build. I think the job really is going to be to decommission this rail and then bring it in via this system so that this can expand eventually into a sort of proper production hub. So this is where we build the things, and then somewhere maybe this becomes the science area or something. Oh, you blowing things up? That's not very good. We don't like that. We've run out of ammo, that's why. Okay. Perfect timing. Because I'm going to end. Naughty bugs. I don't know. Coming around here thinking they own the planet. Now, this won't work, will it? No, okay. I'm also going to have to fix my Stream Deck because the update to OBS appears to have broken all the plugins. So I am back to clicking buttons. There we go. So, yes, the plan is just to continue playing SpaceX according to the schedule. Next week will be fine. I will be here as per usual. Usual streams, usual time, etc., etc. The week after that, it is Easter, and I will be visiting family. I have done an insane amount of overtime at work, as I try to avoid moaning about work too much on these, because who cares? But what I had been anticipating is I would be able to use more of my accrued overtime at Easter than I'm actually going to be able to, because I was thinking that I would use some of the time to do a sort of makeup stream, so that although it wouldn't be on the Saturday and the Sunday, instead maybe I'd stream on Thursday and Tuesday or something like that. But I've been told I can't take it yet. I can still take it, but I can't take it yet. I've got to wait until there's a big deadline coming up eventually on the 22nd of May. So I have to use it after that point. So basically the point is that I'll be streaming next weekend, normal schedule, normal time, etc. The weekend after that, I will not be streaming at all, be it during the week or anything. So there will be a gap. it also affects the Friday Facts, because that means that I've got to squeeze in the Friday Facts videos, which I love doing, so I don't want to skip or not do. But I will be travelling on the Friday, so I will not be able to do the video. So that will come. That's what I will do. I say, I'll have to do some bits and pieces on the days off I do have, and one of those will be the Friday Facts video. So that will not appear until Tuesday at the very earliest, possibly even Wednesday. So yes, that's the tweak to the schedule, because as I was told I can't take the leave that I am owed. I'm going to get to a point this year where, because I have literally taken, I'm taking like it's more like 3 weeks off over the next couple of months, and I'm only using up 2 of my days of annual leave, and I get 26 days of annual leave. So there will come a point where, and I can only carry 4 over each year, so there will come a point where I'm kind of going to have to take a gigantic holiday, or do something like not work every Friday or something like that. Not that I really work Fridays, because I engineer my work like that. But so the sort of flip side to this is that at some point I'll get a chance to do all these videos that I've been talking about. It might be too late. I mean, people are saying that they've interpreted some things, basically that it might be coming out in August, the expansion. I think people have got completely the wrong end of the stick there, though. I don't think it's coming out anywhere near the middle of this year. I'm not even sure it's coming out this year. But yeah, so I hopefully get a chance to do all those videos I've been talking about, the science one, and what I think might happen with combat, and all those fun things to speculate about, unless they've happened to be revealed in the interim. So yes, so that's the big news. The other thing, as I say, is I usually promote is my YouTube channel, which is linked there. That has all the VODs for all the series. I am thinking about creating a VODs channel, because I know it can be confusing for people seeing the VODs and thinking it's a video. Now that there's actually an audience for my videos, that feels really weird to say. But anyway, that's a separate point. But basically, the YouTube channel has all the VODs for all of this series and all the other series I've done, including this, Satisfactory, Tectonica, Dysosphere Program, and loads of series of Factorio. But also, that's where the Factorio Friday Facts videos go live. So if you're interested in any kind of speculation, analysis, old man wibbles on about stuff he doesn't know about related to Factorio Friday Facts, then you can find those there. So there we go. All it remains for me to say then is, if you've been watching, I hope you enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers. I went to press my button then, but it didn't work. Where is the other button? It is there.